it was great to get to go back home and play. I talked about that a little bit last week. One interesting thing that I found out while I was there, so they had close to 1,700 come to the Friday night game of us against UCA, and I asked what the record was for a volleyball match at UCA up until that point. Now, some of this is relative because their gym probably seats, their regular volleyball gym is probably in the 300 to 400 range, and that's where they play all their conference matches. For their tournament, they move it over to the basketball arena. And so it is limited with how much they're in there, but the record before last Friday was around 800, and so we doubled the biggest crowd, and they were loud, and there were some pressure situations that I was thankful for from a learning curve for our team. I mean, when we go on the road and play in the SEC, we get some rowdy crowds, and so to be put under duress and have to play and win under those circumstances, I was really proud of the team. Nia Warnell, MVP of the tournament, over 300 blocks for her career, which put her in an elite grouping. I think she's now fourth all-time in blocks. Emily Straub had another really solid weekend, along with Lauren Barr's setting. Our hitting percentage each week just continues to go up, and that's definitely her consistency has helped us achieve that. And then Anna Bear also had another solid weekend as a freshman, and it's nice to keep standing up here every week and talk about a freshman having good play. And one thing that I saw this weekend is we had so many different players step up at different times, and that's been unique for us in the 6 years that I've been here to come away and say everybody chipped in on the 3 wins. And so 6 in a row now. We head to Washington, D.C. this weekend. Howard, American, 1 match Friday, 1 match Saturday. We're also excited that we'll get a little sightseeing in while we're there, go see the monuments and do some educational stuff. We don't always get that when we go on these trips, but once we had this planned, we knew that we wanted to make that a priority, that we took advantage of being at Washington, D.C. and seeing the sights there. So we got to get back to work. 1 more week before SEC play starts, and so we're going to be really focused this week just to continue to get better. Any questions?
Where do you think you are now? You're about a third of the way through the season, and you're getting ready to go into SEC play.
You know, looking at scores from other SEC schools, probably I think we could finish in the top half. We still have, you know, the Florida's, Kentucky. So Florida, Kentucky, Missouri's off to a really good start. Tennessee, I would say those would be the top 4. I think the rest of us are kind of in the mix. After that, we've had that first weekend where we played. I would love to be able to flip and have played these 2 weekends and then come back and then play the 3 teams we played the first weekend to see where we stand. But that did tell us a lot about where we were. So we've been able to work on all the things that we were exposed with that first weekend. And that doesn't always happen for us and hasn't always happened. So we've gotten better. Now, we haven't played top 40 RPI caliber teams, but when we played some in that 1 to 150, we've handled them. Like we've won 3 straight. We came out a little flat Saturday morning against Oral Roberts, lost the first set, but won the 4th set 25 to 9. So I think we steadied out. I added it up last night because in my mind I was wondering. So we lost the first set, and we were only up 18-17 in the second one. And then we went on a 57 to 21 run. So almost 75% of the points after losing the first set and about 2/3 of the way through that second one. So we really caught fire and went on. But I'm excited to get into SEC play. Of course, we've got 2 more weeks to prepare to get ready, but I think we're going to be as competitive as we've been, But I think we've lost, I think, 20 matches in the fifth set in 5 years in SEC play. I think this is a team that has a mentality that we can flip that, and it can make a huge difference for us.